Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment we've been waiting for in this international challenge, it is finals time. We have España taking on the United States of America. I'm Sean Green, joined by Gordon Dixon. Gordon, this is what you picked from the start of the two teams that we're going to battle out here. And I think it's going to be a heck of a battle if Spain brings their A game and if the U.S. continues to play like we've seen so far.
Well, the USA team needs to keep joking around and having fun.
Yep.
Because we clearly saw that the level that they were playing at when that was the case. Because if these guys tighten up, this is going to be a battle. Right now, everybody off and away.
But the U.S. is off and away in perfect form. Both player 2 and player 4, a 160 in.
Big shot. Got to call out the 160 opens.
Troy Leroy is making a decent point. If you think about just like on paper here, not Leonard on the team, not Mike Maloney, which is he calls him Mick. Ram, it makes sense, but I'm telling you right now, Troy, you're about to see 4 players. These 4 players for the Team USA are definitely earned that spot. You've seen a couple of them in the CSE, Troy, including Philly Mike Segal, champion this season of Division II.
Yeah, and you also have to remember that this is affiliated with a regional tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were multiple stops leading into this, so obviously the players supporting and performing well in those are the way that we got here. And I suspect that there's probably going to be some published objective criteria, point system kind of created for this team going forward. It has been very much a subjective, hey, we want to invite this guy and that guy previously, but I think it's trying to put some more numbers around it.
Well, and that being said, also, I know at least a couple of these gentlemen went to multiple regional tour stops and played extremely well, winning multiple regional tour stops, like Mike Porterfield, who I know was in the Pennsylvania regional and also up in Western New York. So it makes sense. And listen, not only that, these guys are good.
Yeah, there's never going to be any lack of talent. And look at this from Porterfield, trying to get to 24.
He's on automatic right now.
Yeah, there's a really good pace to his throw. Philly doing well on that player 4 score. Player 2 needs to pick it up a little bit.
I like Javi's route there, especially the last start, because even if he hits the trip 19 there, which he was shooting at, he was fine leaving 2. And it's because George, man, if you're George and Ram and you freeze, Mike and, you're going to hear about that for,
it's absolutely possible.
This is on for.
Can take this out or get to 60. And not give a finish to Mike Porterfield. It's not going to happen to the first 2. And now all kinds of options here. Can even freeze back by leaving 7 or less. He's going to have eye on the prize.
Hey, that's a great route.
Get this out. Perfect for the situation. 2 darts it.
And nobody misses double 4.
Nobody misses double 4.
They just had 2 players on that second score line average well over 45, or average of 45.5, which is insanity.
Yeah.
Well,
player 4 taking out a match in this format is actually pretty unique.
It is a race to 3, best of 5 in the final here for this international challenge. So the U.S. 2 legs away. And we haven't seen them lose a leg, right? They lost one,
but it was off camera.
Yep. And, well, perfection is achieved again from Ram Guevara and from Houston, Texas. That's the other great thing here. We got 2 players from Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania area with Porterfield and Philly. And then you have Houston, Texas, and George Daniel from the Tri-City area, right, of that Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Ohio, Indiana corner. Here is Javi Moreno. Javi shot great last night, getting second place in the finals of the AAA Pro Luck.
Yeah, I think I said earlier, maybe it was with Will, he was a little suspect in the Monsters of the Midway event. But ever since then, every time we've seen him on the feed, he has been producing.
George is wondering where that third one was going. It landed in the 20, but was that an inch above the treble?
Yeah, wasn't convincing, especially not for what we've come to expect out of George. But the damage was already done. The 2 trebles were already in the board.
Well, Josep Armani, an 83 scored there for him.
Is Massino that's a nickname?
Yep. Either that or I misread the entire situation. Here's Peter Gibbons, a.k.a. David Ruiz.
He's got plenty of flair on the shirt today.
He does. He's wearing quite a few pieces of flair. I think that would work.
Level 19.
I just love how they just want to be perfect, right? Like, it's not that they're just having fun being perfect right now. And if it's not going in the triple, they're wondering what just happened. And here is Daniel Zapata. Zapata is playing for the Spain World Cup team for the PDC in a few weeks, taking place in Germany. Congratulations to him on that accomplishment of earning the right to represent his country a few times, or a couple times in a few weeks. That's really cool.
Javi trying to work it up into that trouble. He does with the third.
I like the trip 18 double 4 route.
Yeah, George just taking the eye off the prize a little bit there. Interesting third. Not a whole lot harmed.
Yeah, double 14 could be a lot worse. But there could be a lot more worse options. Is the freeze going to be a factor that might come in here? I think that last start might have stopped that from possibly happening.
Yeah, we'd have to have a pretty big fail here from Philly. Looks like he's going to rectify it. That's probably good enough. It definitely is good enough. Even a 180 only leaves David 60.
And David, it's the big 140 just in case, but you gotta really dodge a ram shot, and that's not going to happen. Double 14 goes in for Screwston with those 9-gram barrels, and he is up 2-0 for Team USA in this race to 3. Can España get back in this?
Yeah, 9 grams is bonkers.
Yeah. And have you ever thrown? You need to throw them once because they don't feel like 9 grams.
I threw them at the Houston Regional.
They feel really balanced. right?
No, it's a really, yeah, it's a good feeling dart. And obviously for an all-day tournament, I mean, it's literally less than half of what some of these guys are throwing. I also like the idea that it kind of makes you throw them. Like you're not floating a 9 gram dart.
You can't.
Throw it through the ceiling if you, if you try to.
It just flutters halfway there and just drops.
Porterfield does not get in that player 4 spot.
That's how Spain can get back in this without being special. But I think they're going to have to be. That scoreline, that top scoreline of George and Ram have been, well, perfect through the first 5 darts in both legs so far. Not that case here, but I'll talk about a powerful duo. Do you think they just literally made those stacked scores because it was Mike and Mike on the other scoreline? Like, we have the same name. Let's just play on the same score.
It may be regional as well because they're both from Pennsylvania.
I like my theory more, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, dart players have come up with crazier ways to pair off than that. So certainly a possibility.
See if Philly can make up for it. That was halfway there. Does get in, but definitely advantage Spain.
This could be a big turn for the Spanish team.
96 just doesn't seem like it's enough right now. That being said, 180 from Ram incoming. Oh, unlucky on dart 2. But could have been a 180. But it wasn't.
Yeah, certainly a good shot there. I'm expecting a 180 out of Mike to bring down that player 4 score. I don't think it's going to be enough to get him out of jail, but he just seems to respond every time Team USA needs him, and or he's kind of started to come off the boil a little bit. Oh, and it's not going to happen.
It was the or.
Yeah. The blunder from the second and fourth players on the U.S. team.
And Javi leaves a finish, but it's a big one.
Yeah.
The wicked tuna.
George already frozen after 4 rounds. No option to take it out.
And here is Masno. Josep. Not going to be able to take out the checkout here, but teed up nicely. Very nicely.
I don't like that.
Not at all.
I don't like that at all.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, it's a good dart, but it puts you in a really goofy spot for no reason.
Yeah, and I think there's like, whatever, you can hit whatever. Like,
well, and honestly, they're gonna get multiple whacks at it, if they need them.
He's like, you're Zappa. Like, what? Double one, you got that. Ram should just take out the 108 in front of him.
Yeah, now this man should run it down to 4.
Run a Kenny Doyle. Yep.
All right, now, if in the next 15 darts, player 4 can get a shot, they can win this 3-0.
It's not in yet. Uh-oh. That's why we don't like what Masno did.
Exactly why we don't like it.
It was cool that he hit the double, but it was not a good scenario for that. Not going to get it. You think he just eased up in his like focus up 2-0 and kind of rolling?
I don't see Porterfield give in on legs very often, but that's what this really had the feel of, at least with that shot. And they're
You're
really
saying there's a chance.
Really going to be kicking themselves now. They just need to fade 15 more darts again. No doubt.
15 more darts.
No doubt Zappa told him, hey, you got us into this mess.
And he does get him out of the madhouse.
You get us out.
2-1 score line.
All right. 2-1 USA. Race to 3. The money shot here. USA with the darts to take it home.
Ram gets in, but that's kind of a slack visit. You see the deep breath from Ruiz. And, yep, there. It's 2-1 score line now in favor of the USA. But if you're España, you think you have a shot here.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll want to clean up that finishing a little bit there at the back end. But you see what it means to Mike Porterfield. Off and running.
Slack last leg. He's going to want to make sure that it's just a slack last leg and not a slack few legs here. And so I think that's a little bit of relief more than anything else. Zappa only gets in on dart 3. That's a gift for George and Ram, who didn't do very well getting in their round. But George's going to George. 85. Frustrating after the first start.
Yeah, he would have been expecting to fill it up. Nino. Javi stepping up here. He's got a whack at the 180.
Said he's going to count it on up. 1, 2, 3. Give a little Elvis.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hound dog.
Well, that is very nice from Philly. And Mike and Mike stepping up for Team USA here in this this fourth leg, potential last leg of the match in the International Challenge. Some idiot sitting here didn't even have them in the top 2.
The eventual winner.
Potentially.
Eventual.
There's such things as commentators' curses, and
yeah, I'm not.
You're gambling with that one right now.
No, I'm playing fast and loose with my words. I fully admit it.
My favorite phrases ever is, "I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious."
Great shot there. First to a finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sure is.
Got a little defense. A little defense here with Porterfield. Getting down to 200.
Zappa 180. Yes, sir.
There it is.
Danny Zapata shows up. Sorry, it's Danny Zapanta. I know how to actually pronounce things. This goes to the last leg decider. Anything can happen. Will they diddle for cork in the last leg? They would have to, right?
Yeah, I think they have to.
I don't know, have to. The right thing, but for both of us to say. I kind of teed that up for you just to agree with me. It's on. Double 18. You You know, Javi did the same exact motion you did.
He did. Or I did.
Yeah. Edie is playing Chris Lim right now in the 13-inch finals, and Edie just won the first set. He's going for the double dip now.
Look at that. 180. No finish for 181, but lots of implications now with this shot. Ram going to step up with a shot at 91.
Yes, he will.
And if he can get to 37 or less, he will freeze. But that's not what's going to be on his mind to begin with here.
2 darts. And there you go. USA wins the International Challenge, Gordon. And the hometown crew defeats España, who are phenomenally talented and a great foursome. 3-1 in that final.
Yeah, it's got to be said, everybody contributed there. Big shot from Philly to add the pressure. Him and Mike took out the first leg.
Yep.
Ram and George getting the second, and then of course Ram polishing it off right there. These guys played extremely well, extremely loose. Great to see.
Look at that thing coming on in there.